Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you our NFL Week 4 preview between the San Francisco 49ers and the St. Louis Rams. Now let's take a look at some keys to victory for both teams, starting with the 49ers. When you look at the 49ers in this ball game, right off the bat, they're going to have to get back to basics, things that they do well on the ground, running the football, your power plays, your gaps and bellies, and those receivers are going to have to do a better job of fighting to get open. No one was open last week versus the Colts. Colin Kaepernick had minimal options to go with the football, and that's why the passing game struggled. Now on defense, they're going to have to be able to make plays in space. They're going to be without Aldon Smith, and they may be without Patrick Willis, so they're going to rely on young guys like Corey Lemon-Watt to step up and make plays if they want to win this ball game on the road. Now let's move over to St. Louis in this ball game, and defensively the Rams must do a better job up front. Right now they're either out of position or not getting off blocks, and versus San Francisco and their power inside running game, the defensive tackles can't get turned, and those defensive ends have to set the edge versus the counter. Now offensively, the Rams have to decide what type of offense they want to be. Right now the run game is not meshing with the passing game. You can't be a power run team and a spread passing attack, and what that's doing is making the Rams predictable by formation. The talent is there, but the continuity in the approach isn't. That's something that's going to have to change right away if they want to win games moving forward. The San Francisco 49ers would love to get back to Week 1's output when they were able to hit big plays over the middle of the field. Now this week versus the St. Louis Rams, there are some opportunities to hit those big plays over the middle of the field if they want to get the tight end involved. And I'm going to show you one play out of the pistol, how they can accomplish that. And we're going to see right here, you have your basic pistol set form, 3 yards off the ball. You guys are familiar with the pistol now. You have the tight end off the line of scrimmage, and we also have a fullback or another tight end in the ball game. And what we're going to do, we're going to put both backs in a route. We're going to get this guy down the middle of the field, hopefully one-on-one with the strong safety, which is a win for the 49ers on offense. So what we're going to do here, we're going to have the wide receiver run up, stem out as he goes into the corner, and he's going to break across the middle on an in route. That's hopefully going to pull that free safety. Now, before we snap the ball, short motion with the fullback. At the snap, we know Kaepernick is going to reverse out, and that's the beauty about the pistol. He's going to turn his back, so the linebackers have to respect the run, so they're playing run. He's turning his back, faking to the tailback here, and at the snap of the ball, the fullback is going to check blitz. No blitz come, he's out in the flat. That's your built-in check down. Same with the running back. Check blitz, no blitz come, he's out in the flat. So now you have two backs going this way, hopefully taking both backers with them. Now, on the offensive line, you have the center and the backside guard combo blocking this defensive tackle, and the backside guard is eyeing this back. If he blitzes, that's his guy. So now we have two backs going, each attacking the flats, thus putting the linebackers out, thus creating a hole in the middle of the field as we're running the tight end right down the middle. Now it's the tight end's job to stay on the hash. He cannot leave the hash. Now if he's in between the hash and the numbers, split both the hash and the numbers. You want to stay as far away from the free safety as possible. Give Kaepernick a wide window to throw the football to, because now, rather than draw the corner, on the back side, on the front side, we have the corner receiver running the same route, the in route. So you have double in routes, you have the running backs going out in the flat, and you having the tight end going down the middle of the field. So now you've created the hole. This is the hole that Kaepernick can fit the ball in if they're able to get protection up front. But that's how they can attack the middle of the field this week versus the Rams and get those big plays in the passing game. But again, if this is covered, you have two backs, which are your built-in check down routes. So you have options to go with the football, but ideally you want to hit that big play down the middle of the field, and that's usually what the 49ers are able to do. It all depends if Vernon Davis will be back this week healthy, but this is one example of how they can hit big plays down the middle this week versus the Rams. Mission number one for the St. Louis Rams this week versus the San Francisco 49ers is getting to Colin Kaepernick, and he has shown the propensity to hold the football just a little bit too long, which is why I think a free safety blitz at the right time could put him on the ground or perhaps create a big play for the St. Louis Rams. And what we're going to show here, pre-snap is a three sky look. You see 1, 2, 3 over two offensive players, so it gives the pre-snap look of a three sky, but it's really cover one, and that's what we want to do. And this is a great defense versus the run, but it's even better versus the pass. So here's how we're going to have it blocked up. We're going to have both defensive ends as contained rushes, with the weak side defensive end being a spy to the near back. So if this back goes this way, it's this defensive end's job to pick him up. Why? Because we have the contained blitzer with the outside linebacker on the outside. If the run is going this way, or if the quarterback rolls this way, his job is to chase the play down strong side. Now, up front, we're going to have a twist between the middle linebacker and the defensive tackle. The defensive tackle is going to push hard into that A gap while the middle linebacker is twisting going into the B gap. So now we have these three gaps covered. Here on the strong side, what we're going to do, we're going to have the defensive tackle and the strong side backer combo cover, banjo cover the tight end. So we're going to drop the linebacker back in his banjo coverage. We're going to have the defensive tackle push hard in the B gap and drop back in the hook to curl zone. Now, as the cadence is winding down, you're going to see the free safety creep up to the line. Boom, shoot that A gap, hopefully putting Kaepernick on the ground while the strong safety works his butt off to get back into the deep third, and we're manned up on corners. We know the Rams love to man up their corners because they can do a great job of that. But this is a way they can effectively put Colin Kaepernick on the ground by using a delayed safety blitz. And I think that can result into big plays this week versus the San Francisco 49ers. The X factor for San Francisco will be their play calling. It's easy to get out of your character and try to do things cute or creative. Get back to what you do well, which is pulling those guards left to right in the running game and also utilizing those tight ends over the middle and those double layered routes where teams have to make a choice. That's how you get back to what you were in week 1. The X factor in this ball game for the Rams will be their linebacking core. The 49ers put a lot of pressure on your linebackers in the running game as well as in pass defense, and that's where the Rams actually excelled last year versus the 49ers. And if they can do the same thing, they can have a lot of success this time around versus San Fran. Now, here are some coaching points for both teams in this ballgame. For San Francisco, you want to run at Robert Quinn. You want to neutralize his ability to get to the quarterback and create disruption, force him to be a run defender and not a pass rusher. And for Colin Kaepernick, once you get to the line, your pre-snap recognition, count the box. A lot of times when you see 7 in the box and you have 7 guys ready to block, call a run play. When you don't have the numbers advantage, then you check off to a pass. But count the box this week versus the Rams, and that can lead you to success. And I would keep Anquan Bolden in the slot, put him on the move, force those linebackers to try to cover Bolden and get the football to him in space where we know he can take advantage of his run after the catch ability. Now for the Rams, the interior offensive line has to play better. That's where they're struggling up front to move the pile. They have to do a better job this week versus San Francisco, and trust your athletes in space versus their pass defense. I like the matchup between the slot wide receivers and the tight ends versus those 49er linebackers in space. Trust your athletes, give them an opportunity to make plays. And I will go heavy cover 3 once again. When you look at last year's second meeting versus San Francisco, the Rams, that was the first time they faced Colin Kaepernick. They went heavy cover 3, and they were able to neutralize a lot of what they wanted to do in the passing game, and also was in position to make plays versus the run. I like San Francisco in this ball game. Both teams match up very well versus one another, which is why these games will always be close, divisional opponent. But I do like San Francisco's defense, even without Aldon Smith and Patrick Willis. I think they go on the road, take care of business, and they get back to basics offensively. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Ram fan forums and Niner fan forums for always showing football game plan support.